I thought I was deleting a distraction. Turns out I deleted a relationship. I'm Lily, 22, finishing my last semester at a state school, and working weekends at a smoothie bar. My boyfriend, now ex, Ty, 24, is a line cook by night and a no days off gamer by heart. His church is a living room TV and a white console that hums like it's keeping secrets. If you know, you know. NBA 2K25 my career. He'd talk about builds like they were people. 6 feet 8 inches two-way wing, max wingspan 92 3-ball. And I'd nod like I wasn't thinking about brunch. We met at intramural soccer. He was the guy who brought extra shin guards for strangers and apologized if his slide tackle even breathed on you. He didn't drink, didn't disappear, didn't cheat, didn't forget my birthday. He did, however, spend hours grinding his player badges, rec center games with 5 letters for teammates and 3 for trash talk. He said it helped him de-stress after double shifts. I said, totally, with the tone women use when totally means not at all. In January, our schedules turned cruel. I took on an extra shift for rent. He jumped to 6 nights a week because the chef quit. When we had free time, we were both too exhausted to curate it. I started keeping a little list called Why Ty Puts Me Second, which is the kind of list you make when you're building a case, not a life. At the top, 2K. My friends poured lighter fluid on it. Games are boy crack, said Kelsey, who once threw a guy's keyboard off a balcony. Make him pick you or pixels, said Bree, who knows what goes viral. They're not villains. They love me. They also love a story. So I decided to make one. Ty had a Sunday off. We were supposed to do a day trip. Farmer's market, fried chicken, maybe a thrift store where we'd pretend Destiny lived in a corduroy jacket. He woke up with a migraine and said, "Rain check? I need dark and silence or I'll hurl." He took pills, pulled a hoodie over his head, and disappeared under the blanket like a storm cloud with feet. I looked at the TV. It looked back. I told myself I wasn't trying to punish him. I was resetting priorities. I went to the console, logged into his profile. I'd seen the passcode 100 times, and opened save data. There were multiple files. My career 199 OVR, 612 hours. My team season 4. Cloud backups mirrored them, neat little ghosts. I selected delete from console. A prompt asked, also delete from cloud? My finger hovered. I pictured us holding hands at the market, picking out hot honey like a couple who writes articles about how they did it. I clicked yes. I recorded the screen. The little progress bar, the cheerful cleared message. Because Kelsey said, evidence or it didn't happen. I was smiling in the reflection of the TV. I didn't like that about me. I propped my phone and filmed a TikTok. Me in his oversized hoodie, hair in a messy bun, telling the front camera, we don't spend time together anymore, so I made an executive decision. I was trying to be cute, to be the heroine in a rom-com where he leaps off the couch and says, "You're right. Let's go outside." I posted it with hashtag qualitytime, hashtag 2K, hashtag girlfriendrights, and a winky face that aged like milk. Ty woke up around 2. He shuffled to the kitchen, kissed my head, mumbled thanks for the water I hadn't brought yet, then drifted to the console like muscle memory. He logged in. The menu loaded. He scrolled to my career and froze. There wasn't anything to scroll to. He backed out and tried load cloud save. Empty. My team? Empty. He stared at the screen with the same expression he wore when his team blew a 20-point lead. No, no, no. His voice got small and high on the last no, like a balloon letting out a squeak. He restarted the console. Nothing magically reappeared. Hey, I said cheerfully because cheerfulness can be camouflage. What about farmers? Lily. He didn't look at me. He was still holding the controller like a life raft. Where is it? I tried the soft landing first. Babe, this thing was like your second job. Where is it? He repeated, because sometimes repeating is the only thing keeping you from breaking. In the cloud. I said, and heard my voice flinch. He put the controller down gently, which scared me more than if he'd thrown it. He opened the storage menu, toggled to upload/download management, checked the timestamp on the last sync, and then clicked a little log I didn't even know existed. It showed a record. User. TY. Actions. Deleted local save data. Deleted cloud save data. Timestamps. 11:09 a.m. 11:10 a.m. He turned the TV off. The room felt like a lie without sound. I started talking the way nickel slots spit coins when they're jammed. We don't hang out. You're always on this stupid game. I just wanted you back. You can make a new one. It won't take that long. It's not just. He finally looked at me. He didn't look angry. He looked like someone tallying losses. 600 hours. League combine prep. My rec team's playoff run. And he walked to the desk, opened a folder with that old school paper vibe, and pulled out a stack of printed emails and digital receipts. He spread them on the coffee table like tarot. And money, Lil. The numbers were ugly. Little $4.99 charges, occasional $19.99, the rare $49.99 when a sale hit for VC. Over a year they stacked into something that made my stomach roll. He circled the total with a pen. $1,742.63. Some of that is on me, he said. I shouldn't have spent that much. But it's real. You erased real. It's a game, I said too fast. It's also mine, he said very slowly. My account. My purchases. My time. I did the thing people do when they are wrong and scared. I reached for a chorus. I had one ready-made because TikTok is a vending machine for validation. My post had blown up. The comments were a war. Half the girls were crowning me, half were calling me a dictator. The guys were split between laughing at Ty and calling me a menace. I held up my phone to show him the support like a shield. He didn't look. He picked up a small zippered bag from under the TV and set it on the table. Inside were 2 crinkled tournament flyers. Local 3v3 events with entry fees and prize pools. One had a photo of him holding a check for $300 next to 2 kids with their arms around him. It's not just entertainment, he said. I got into the 2K League Combine this spring. Deleted player equals no combine. That was my shot to fly somewhere on someone else's dime, and be good at a thing people don't clap for in the real world. My mouth opened and closed. The words were stuck behind the fact that I had broken something I didn't understand. He sat down, took one breath like it had measurements and said, I'm not going to yell. But I'm not going to stay. It took me a second. Like today. Like now, he said. He pulled his phone, tapped 2 things, and the apartment door camera chirped. A minute later, a friend from his rec team, Gio, the one who always wears slides in winter, knocked and came in with an empty duffel. They didn't ask me to leave. They didn't perform for me. They just packed. Shoes, hoodies, a dented shaker bottle, the controller he'd had since high school. Ty, I said, crying without plan. I thought you'd see it as an act of love. Love isn't deleting what someone built because it's not your hobby, he said. Love is scheduling brunch on a morning I don't have rec. Or asking me to teach you pick and roll. Or sitting on the couch with me and making fun of the park fits. You chose control. He didn't block me. He didn't post revenge. He texted later that night a short message with attachment, a screenshot of the account and family management settings. He'd removed my device as a trusted console and changed his password. Please don't log in again, he wrote. I'll come by for the rest when you're at class. I broke the internet in a worse way than I intended. My video got stitched by actual 2K pros, by streamers, by a financial advice guy who titled his response, Why Destroying Sunk Costs Won't Fix Your Relationship. People did math with my face as the thumbnail. A think piece YouTuber put me next to a red arrow that said toxic control. Brands I'd never gotten noticed by suddenly recognized me as an example of what not to do. I deleted the video. The internet did not. Someone reposted it to Reddit with the caption, She factory reset his grind. The top comment was a screenshot of a 2K support email politely explaining there is no way to restore deleted saved data, and that VC purchases aren't refundable if used. Another was a guy who said his girlfriend had sat next to him and built a WNBA my career, so they could share the couch without sharing the mode. I wanted to message her and ask for a manual. My friends were quiet. Kelsey said, "Okay, maybe that was a little nuclear." Bree said, "Girl, you should have at least exported the build." Which might be the funniest and saddest sentence I've ever heard about my life. Ty's rec team posted a pic 2 weeks later. Them at a local tournament, trophy like a punchline, Ty dead center with that look good men have when they're tired and content at the same time. The caption, chemistry clout. He didn't tag me. He didn't have to. I saw it anyway. I drafted him an apology 100 times and didn't send it. I bought a plant for the corner of the living room he used to own with his laugh. It died in 3 weeks. I sat on the couch that had seen too much and realized resetting priorities sounds noble until you admit you did it with someone else's password. Here's the part one didn't anticipate. I picked up a controller. Not to replace him. To understand. I created a WNBA player named Lils. 5 feet 10 inches, slasher, braids like mine, no money loaded. I ran park games where teenagers crossed me and then crossed me again in the comments. I earned my first badge point and felt proud. I messaged Ty one thing. I'm sorry. I didn't know what it meant to build something daily. I do now. He heart reacted 2 days later and wrote, "I'm glad you're hooping. Take care." He made the combine without the deleted save, because of course he did. He started fresh, no VC, and streamed the grind with a donation bar that said post-shift grind fund. His chat was a soft chorus. He didn't get drafted to the league. He got a job at a rec center running youth esports nights and coaching a kids 3v3. He found his way to good anyway. I moved apartments. There's no console here. There's a cheap TV and a yoga mat and a calendar with 4 brunches, which I make myself actually keep. Sometimes I watch Ty's VODs. He's less angry at the game now. Or maybe I'm finally watching without needing the game to be my enemy. If you're me and your thumb is hovering over delete from cloud, do this instead. Pick up a pen. Make a grid. Write down everything your person loves that isn't you. Now ask if deleting one of those will make them love you more, or make them love you less. If the answer is less, which it is, put the pen down and pick up your calendar. Make a plan for together, not a plan for control. I thought I'd be the hero in a story where a man chooses me over pixels. I ended up as the lesson in a story where a man chooses himself over someone who couldn't respect his build. My remarks. Hey guys, thanks for watching the video. Well, she called it quality time, but it was control, and she forgot that cloud deletes are forever and VC plus hours are real investments. He didn't scream or subtweet. He showed receipts, changed passwords, and walked. The takeaway: love schedules time, control presses delete. If you want more grounded stories where standards, not shouting, decide the ending, subscribe. See you tomorrow.